Hey there! Welcome to my latest video, adventure skating in and around downtown Austin. If you're new to my channel, I'm Christy Templeton. I am a roller skater and a graphic designer, among other things, but that's what this channel is focused on, is roller skating and showing off some of my designs, but today I'm not really wearing any of them. So we're going to focus on a little adventure skate. So as you can see, I'm getting my funk on, listening to some kind of funk music. I don't remember what I was listening to at the time. But anyway, so I'll narrate this video a little bit, let you know where I'm at. And yeah, hopefully if you're here watching, maybe you're into roller skating. Maybe you want to start doing some street skating. And throughout this video, I'm going to be taking on some challenging terrain. Right now, it's pretty smooth. But later on, as I go towards the Lamar pedestrian bridge, I definitely hit some more challenging areas. But for right now, I am on the First Street Bridge in Austin. That's the Colorado River there. They call it Town Lake. It's not a lake. It is a river. But anyway, so that's everything in Texas is weird, but whatever. Anyway, so I am on the east side of the bridge, and it's probably around 7 in the morning, and the sun has not quite came up yet. It's been 100 degrees in Austin lately, so I always skate super early in the morning. And not sure why I changed the camera out, but obviously I did. And let me also say that I just got my GoPro camera back out from storage. Haven't used it in forever. So you're going to see a lot of mistakes in this as I get used to it. As you notice up in the upper right-hand corner, it's all foggy because I left a big fat thumbprint there. So please be patient with me, and hopefully my camera skills will improve as I do this more often. I'm going to try to shoot these at least once a week if I can, just as much as I go on adventure skates. So, yeah. Oh, that's why I switched. I remember because I went over onto the other side of the bridge and I was crossing the street. I actually have a rule that I don't street skate if I don't have my helmet on. And I broke my rule and I crossed the street, and I just didn't want to deal with the camera at the time. It took me a minute to remember, but yeah, so that was that. So here I am holding it up, letting you get a better view of the Colorado River. We are now looking westward as I travel down the bridge here. I think the temperature was probably upper 70s when I was out at this time. So here is a slight hill decline, whatever you call it. I don't know. So I am playing it safe and going backwards using my stopper to help keep my speed from getting too fast, and of course using the rail there, excuse me, to steady myself as I go down. It's a bit of a challenge to deal with a camera in one hand and do all this, but you make do. You do what you can. When you're going down backwards and you've got sidewalk like that, sometimes those cracks can catch you, so you got to be kind of careful and prepared to lift your stopper up so it doesn't make you trip. Anyway, so that part of the hill got to be where it was manageable, so obviously I turned back around. Crossing through the parking lot here. They had blocked this off so nobody was parked in it at all. And now I am starting to travel over towards Auditorium Shores. Hitting a real rough part there. What I do is I stagger my feet and put my weight on my heels when I hit stuff like that. And I make it over fine. Usually, or most of the time I do kind of put my arms out too to kind of give me some balance. the harder and faster you hit those, the more you'll need balance. So, stepping off the curb. I'm learning to jump off the curbs, but I'm not quite emotionally prepared to do that yet on camera. Or at least not when dealing with this with the selfie camera. Here you can see downtown Austin. And this is where I unknowingly turned the camera, and it took me a while, and I go, oh, wait a second, I turned it. Well, whatever. So like I said, be patient, and I'll learn to get better with the camera. So here we go. Crossing over a cheese grater. Skating on cobblestone. Definitely a challenge. You can see I came close to tripping there. Made it. Yes. Okay, well, here we keep going. Now we're over Auditorium Shores. That's it. That's what this little area is. There's that I guess that's an auditorium back there. Some different stuff going on here. I'm not sure everything that's going on. There's actually a lot of signs saying no roller blading and no skateboarding. But I think I've got roller skates on. Well, I mean, I know I have roller skates on. But I'm thinking since I have roller skates on, doesn't count. So here I am walking across the grass just because it was the way to get to where I was going, obviously. And now we're back on some pavement. Looks kind of rough, but I think this was actually pretty smooth considering what it looks like. So I'm going to go skate over by this fountain, which is the area where I think you're not supposed to be skating, but, you know, I'm a rebel and I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do until I get told not to do it. So, yeah, but this is like a little, I mean, it's a fountain. It's not really a pond, but skating on some rocks here. That actually is pretty smooth considering that it's stone that's laid out. That's a nice little garden right here that I'm skating through. Some pretty flowers. A couple people were out, but mostly by myself over in this area. It's already starting to get real hot by this time. You can see I'm breaking a sweat. Pretty good so far. My hand gets tired holding that selfie stick sometimes, especially those wrist guards make it challenging to hold on. But I don't want to take my wrist guards off because I've messed up my wrist before. So I always wear them. No matter what, always wear your wrist guards. I don't always wear my knee pads. I don't really feel that I need them that much for this kind of stuff. When I first was skating, the first time I skated on the beach in California, I hit a patch of sand and went right down to my knees. And luckily I had my knee pads on. Had I not, I would have really screwed up my knees. But I have now learned since then that if you hit sand, you have your feet staggered and weight on your heels and arms out, and you're not going to fall. I mean, chances are pretty slim you're going to fall, and you should be able to avoid scraping up your knees. But I really, I am new to skating this trail, so I just decided to be safe and wore them. So, skating by some homeless people there. They're getting away with just doing hammocks in the park, so good on them, I guess. Kind of a challenge here because a lot of cobblestone. It's not too rough, but, if you're not prepared for it, it would definitely take you down. So, You see there, it definitely slows me down when I hit it. But the weight on the heels is what keeps me from, buckling forward. So you too can skate on cobblestone. I'm kind of looking a little winded. Okay, I think we're getting close over to. Yeah, this is the fountain. This is like a fountain where I think in the summer, when you're not in the middle of a pandemic, all those would be going up. It'd be like a little kiddie park, kind of kiddie fountain right here, is what I believe this is. That's what it looks like to me. It's not too easy to skate on because there's lots of different surfaces. Oh, there you go. Liz Carpenter Fountain. So there you go. Yeah, it definitely is a fountain. And there's some new construction they're doing back there. It looks like some kind of garden, something like that. So I'll keep an eye on that and maybe skate to it later. Here's some of the water there. There's some docks over there that I'm going to skate over to in a second. So take in the view for a second while I catch my breath, pointing that I'm going over there. So let's head over. It's a nice brand new sidewalk laid here, but it doesn't last very long. I'm using my T-stop position to keep from going too fast down the hill. Avoid the water. You don't want to skate in water. That'll really screw up your wheels. Okay, as you can kind of see, it's real sandy and dirty right here. It definitely was a challenge to go through. But same old. Staggered feet, weight on heels. Make it right through it. Okay, here we go. Skating on the dock. And if you look down in the water, there's lots of turtles. I mean, like probably hundreds of them. I don't know. There are a lot of turtles down in that water. And just start talking to them, and they'll all start swimming towards you. So I don't know. Maybe people feed them or something. Maybe I should think about do turtles like bread, I wonder? Maybe I should think to bring some bread or something like that. I don't know. Maybe they don't like bread. Maybe they like vegetables, fish. I don't know. Maybe I should look something up. But my goal was not to feed turtles today. It was to go on a skate adventure and take you along for the ride. Give me another view. That's it. 3 docks right next to each other. I'm not sure what the purpose of them are because it's not like a place you'd probably want to fish or do anything there, but okay, whatever. They're there. They're there to enjoy. Singing some kind of nonsense. So I remember by this time I was starting to get pretty thirsty. I mean, I skated all that way. I hadn't had a drink the whole time. Sweating. So I decided to take a break here. Get some water. Chill out for a minute. So this is a good intermission time if you want to go get yourself a drink. Because ain't much happening right now. Get my drink. I think I do a couple of tricks, something like that. There we go. See? Cheers. Make sure to drink your water. There we go. You can look at downtown. There's Austin. There's the Jenga building. I'm going to do a couple of moves while I drink my water. Try to center it up on the good part of the pavement. Oh, looky there. Fell down. Oh, yeah. That's because I didn't check my gear before I left. So let this be a lesson to you that every time before you skate, you should check and make sure that your stoppers are in nice and tight and everything is on correctly. I'm really lucky that that didn't happen as I was skating along. I do remember one time skating out at Rogers Beach in California and going for a ways before realizing that I had dropped my stopper like probably a quarter mile back, and I had to go back and find it. I didn't even hear it fall. So let that be a lesson to everybody to check your skates before you leave, especially if you're going to do long distance stuff like this, because I think it's just the vibrations start rattling the stuff out. Rattling it so it starts falling out. That's what I mean to say. So I have headed back out on the road. I am going along, I think, what is this, Barton Creek, which they have closed it off right now. That's why I'm able to skate in the street. Normally traffic can go through here, but since the pandemic, I'm assuming they've been closing it off. This is only my second time skating there, so I don't know what's been happening before today and yesterday, but anyway, so yeah, there was no traffic, at least this way. You'll find out when I go back that isn't totally true, but at least on this trip, this direction, that was kind of a challenge right there. There's a big old lump of asphalt that was real rough. So, but that I remember the sidewalk there, it's a lot of seams. And while you can skate over them, it just still was like thunk, 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 thunk. And I get tired of hitting those seams over and over, even when they are not, even when they don't trip you up. So back on the sidewalk, getting ready to head up on the Lamar pedestrian bridge. Got to put a little pumping action into it because that's a little bit of a hill there. And a little view of downtown Austin. So you see across there, there's oh, look, I almost fell. That was the train bridge. And then if you can see past that, so the bridge I was skating on earlier is on the other side of that train trestle bridge. Okay. So I took a break to do some roller skate dancing that I put up on my TikTok. I didn't add it in here. Maybe I should have, but I already produced this video and now I'm doing the voiceover and I'm just too lazy to go back and add it. So I am skating down to the end of the Lamar Bridge. I wanted to see where it went, and it keeps going on, but it looked like it was a bit of a hill, and I just decided this time I didn't feel like taking it. I might do it another time, but I've already been skating a while, and I was kind of worn out. See that? It was kind of a little bit of a hill going down to get into the city. So I might do that next time, and then head into downtown and maybe do a little bit of adventure skating in downtown. But, you know, if I do that, I really got to get all my gear on. So for now, I am just heading back and avoiding those big seams. Trying not to trip on those. More and more people showing up as the sun comes up. And doing the stagger works to skate over those metal seams there as well. That stagger technique will actually get you over quite a bit of junk. I mean, you can skate over quite a bit if you do that. So just really learn that technique. And I mean, you can even skate over the cheese grater stuff. that is at the usually at intersections of the sidewalks and stuff. In Los Angeles, the cheese graters tend to be bright yellow. Here in Austin, they usually are not so obvious, but I have found that if you do the stagger technique, you will get over those without falling. And so here I am headed back. Step off the curb. Back in the street, skating down. Back there is Lamar, obviously, because that was the Lamar pedestrian bridge I was on. Okay, so now I decided I'd try holding the camera up behind me and let you see what it looks like to see where I'm going. I mean, see it from that perspective. So here we are. It's very bright out. I don't know why the lighting looks so bad. It almost looks like I'm just walking and just floating along. But I guess you can kind of see my skids there. Okay. Checking to make sure, because I'm not too good with holding this camera. This tripod I have, it's awesome. It's got this, it's a selfie stick that has a tripod attachment thing on the bottom. And it's hard to hold on to because it's kind of bulky. And it slides around in my hand. That's why it got out of kilter or out of rotation, whatever. Anyway, so we're skating along. Right back over that same cobblestone. And as I'm coming down, I'm like, wait a second. They had blocked off the road, but comes a car. And as I get closer, I realize it's a cop. And he was friendly and waved at me. I think you're supposed to get like some big fine if you're caught not wearing your mask around in Austin, but obviously they don't care if you're out doing your own thing. I mean, nobody's even close to me out here, so. A little bit more shot of downtown. Too bad it's all smeary and blurry where my big thumbprint is. Downtown Austin's very pretty. It's real nice. Probably one of the most beautiful downtowns out of all the cities I've been to that I've seen. But it's also newer, so that's probably why. We're getting closer and closer to the end. If you've made it this far, that's just amazing. Because I don't expect people to watch this all the way through. But if you do, that's really cool. I just want to document this stuff and share it with other skaters who might be curious about what it's like to get out. So if you want to ask any questions or have any comments, make sure to leave them. I would love to make it a goal to try to like go to different cities and different places and do these adventure skates. You know, Austin is kind of challenging. There's not a lot of good places to skate here. LA, I wish I would have skated a lot more. I mean, I skated a lot. I wish I would have filmed a lot more, and I wish I would have gone to more places. And I'll probably go back out and skate some more. But, yeah, I want to go down to San Antonio at some point and skate. Maybe try, I don't know if I could get away with skating at the Riverwalk there, but I'd like to try that. I don't know. Got to think of some places. There's more places to skate around this Auditorium Shores and stuff, though, so I'll definitely do a few more ride-along videos here. I think for this skate, so I use an app called Map My Ride. Well, I just started using it. And it's for bicyclists, but it works for roller skates too. So I mapped my entire ride. Granted, it's probably counting all my dancing skating too. But I skated about 2.5 miles. So what you watched is about 2.5 miles of skating approximately. So here's the parking lot where normally you can park, but they had blocked it off so nobody could park here at all. And actually it would make it really good to do some jam skating here because this parking lot is very, very smooth. I'm doing some slaloming to try to keep my speed from going too fast. Just, side to side. Little spin around to break my speed a little bit more. And again. Oh, no, I'm skating backwards here. I'm just goofing off, I think. Okay. But we are getting to the end because now we're at the bridge, and my car is parked over on the other side of this bridge. And so I am getting ready to wave goodbye because the ride's over. So there we are. Bye. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe.